What's up guys, Chris here, back again with another video on the channel. Today's video, I want to show you guys how to properly trade with icons. I know this is a video that I think a lot of people want to see, wanted to see me make as well. So I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm going to tell you guys everything that I know about icon trading, every different time that you can look at, maybe getting the best possible deals and all of that kind of stuff around icons. So before we get into the video today, if you guys can, hit the like button. If we can get 100 likes on the video, that'd be awesome. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys are new around here. Turn the notification bell on. Get involved with the free trading Discord and get involved with us over on Twitch, where we stream about 6 hours a day. So, icon trading is obviously very, very higher budget, right? Now, to do icon trading, I would probably start with a budget of at least 750k to $1 million, because you want to be able to have coins to be able to do other things. Not just if you buy one icon, now you're kind of waiting for that card to sell. So you need to make sure that you have a good amount of coins to do this first. So what I like to do, and this is how I've been trading recently, but there's so many different ways to trade with icons. And the biggest thing I would like to tell you guys before getting into the video is that to do icon trading, you have to understand prices. You have to know where these cards sell at. So if you go to my transfer targets, I have about 21 icons on here. Now today's a Thursday, so I don't know how many deals we'll actually be able to get on the video, as well as it's 9 p.m. right now, so it's quite late. But this right here, Raul, is a perfect example of the rule that I bought earlier today. So I was looking through the icons, and I was able to find a Raul at 620,000 coins. Now because he got flipped at 695, or he got bought there, I put him on transfer targets. I was able to sell him at like 699. This is all in the last like 36 hours. We've been doing icon trading like crazy, and I'm enjoying it a ton. I actually just flipped a couple hours ago a Hullet. We bought this at 1 million coins and we sold it for 1105. Now I might have been also been able to get him a little bit higher because he's fresh. Normally with fresh icons, they work out a lot with like the forwards and some of the midfielders. Defenders not as much, but a lot of people like to use new cards. A lot of people like to use like those fresh icons, so you could kind of sell a little bit higher. And I'm not talking you put him up 70k higher than where he is, but you could probably inch it up 15-20k if you really want to, and list it a couple times and it probably will sell. But a huge thing with icons is definitely about trading and learning the price of the card. So we've got this Overmars here at 555. I bought one last night when the market was very low at 469. Now today he sold at 540k. That was his highest price that he sold at. Now you have an Akacha here, right, at 340. He actually just got bought very quickly. Now let me show you guys how I track these prices and how I keep up with them. So you have to use FUPIN to your advantage. You have to know about FUPIN. So here is a guy like Akacha we just saw get bought at 340k. If you look at the hourly graph, right, he was 358, went down to 317 around rewards time today. He went right back up to about 389. He actually hit a high of 389. Now, especially on Xbox, you have to be very careful because cards get rare for a certain hour, and you might see a huge spike up in price. So make sure that some of those cards may not sell at those prices, even though there was a huge spike. So this is where the actual tracker comes into play. And look at what I've been following. I mean, there's a ton of icons here. We've got my portfolio, which has all of these icons. So we want to look at Akacha, right? So I'm going to add a new trade. Okay, and I'm going to go JJ Akacha's 87. We're going to go 1 and 1. We're going to add auction. Now, I actually have to refresh because for some reason this happens a ton. Right, we're going to go Akacha. Okay. And, no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. This FUPIN has been throwing me off this year. 1 and 1, add auction. Now you're going to go all the way to the bottom. All right, you're going to click on this. And now it shows you what he's been selling at. So, here is why 340 was a good deal that we just saw. Because at 6:38 p.m., which is about like 2.5 hours before this, maybe 2 hours, 45 minutes before this, he sold at 370. Both times, by the way, right? He then sold for 335 on bid. He sold for 345. He sold for 390, 389. So you guys see how like you have to look at some of these prices and see like where they sold at. Now if a card sells for like a high price 1 hour, it could have been just like Fuppin capping the price and, you know, hit the guy just not knowing what the card usually sells for, so he bought at a really high premium. I've seen that a couple different times. So what you want to do is make sure that you see a consistent price that you can sell at, which in this case, it's about $370 minimum. So that Akacha was a great deal at $340. Now, what I like to do, here's one of the filters that I like to use, okay? It's usually a minimum price sniped filter. So I have on my max price at whatever I put it at. Now, it doesn't have to be $199. It could be literally anything. But what I like on this filter is that I can refresh on the last icon, and then I can literally see, so like right here, they're both at 201. So what I'll do is normally I'll put this up at 202, refresh it, and then start compare price sniping. Now, if you know the price of these icons, this filter will work out really well for you. Now, say you're not quick enough, and there's a lot of people on that filter, so you need to be quick, right? I was super quick on Rural today. I was super quick on Hullet, because these are icons that were at really, really good prices. So if you want to, right, you know, I have 2.8 million, so I don't really mind doing this, but you got this here at 66,000 coins, 201, right? All you gotta do is put this up at 200k. Somebody's gonna outbid you at some point, and then you can compare price snap. So that's one of the filters you guys can use to refresh on the icons. Now, if I can sit on this maybe for like, I don't know, maybe even like 2 minutes here, right? I'm gonna sit on this card right now, and I'm gonna see if one will pop up in the next 2 minutes. And icon trading is really all about knowing prices. If you guys can study the prices, one big thing on icons as well is looking at the overnights. Looking at overnights is crucial to know whether a card you could sell it. If this guy has a ton of overnights at 517, 520, you're probably not going to get much more than 500 for that, right? 505-ish, because there's a ton of icons that have to be bought. So you see this Hugo Sanchez here just got put up at 520. That was after I literally just compared price snipe there. If you have one or less over the hourly, you guys can snipe on this filter. So that's one of the ways that I icon trade, okay? Now, you have a budget of 750k to a mil, right? What you want to do now, there's a couple different things you can do. You can go by nationality and start learning the prices that way. So if you guys want to learn how to do icon prices, you can either go by nationality. Say we go Argentina, and we say, let's go 200k to about 400k icons. And it's all about getting to the 59-minute quick, right? So, very rarely can you get on icon bids, but last time I actually got an Ian Wright for 264, and I sold him today for like 300, which was crazy. So we have this 95 Maradona here at 2.1 million. Now, if you can master what he sells for, then when you see him at a low point that day, you can obviously buy into that. This Crestball, right, is usually about a 600k card. So that's why, you know, if he gets to 550 or, you know, later tonight maybe, I could pick it up and I could sell it. And look at the overnights for this card. There's no overnights that are below 600,000 coins. The cheapest overnight is 617, which is good. Because it shows that if he's at 586 right now, not selling due to the market just not having as many coins at the time, or just people not wanting to buy this card, these icons fluctuate just like special cards, just like gold cards. They all fluctuate. So, you know, going by nationality is one thing you guys can do, and learning the prices that way. The next thing you guys can do is by position. Now, I usually like to do this. If I take that away, I go forwards. And let's just say 400k, 2 to 400k, just so I can show you how to do this. I can get to the 59-minute like pretty quick here, because I'm only looking at forwards. So I'm looking here, and I don't expect to get a deal on this video, but this is kind of like the premise of what I look at. So like you look at the gigs right there, right? Now I do a lot of compare price. I do a lot of car. I want to see like where these overnights are, right? So he's got overnights at 277. So I probably, without looking at the tracker, I could probably get him for 250 and sell him for 270. I think 270 would be an easy price to sell him for. And then you could back it up from the tracker, right? I can go into the tracker right now while I'm going to the 59th here, and I can go gigs 89. And let me see if I'm right on that. I haven't actually looked at this price, so I'm just kind of looking. 290, 279 for Trez, 264 for gigs. I missed the gigs earlier today at 218, which kind of sucked. But I'm going to put gigs in here. I'm going to see if I can show you guys this gigs card. So you could sell them at 270, right? That was like 2 hours ago. You could sell them at 270, 272. And look, he's not getting bought at 280. Icons will not sell sometimes after an hour. You're going to have to multiple list these cards It depends on the icon that you buy. So if you're buying like an 87 Larson, it might take a little bit longer to sell that card than, let's say, a Zambrotta, because Zambrotta is a much more in-demand card. He'll sell a lot quicker because people are using more of those kind of cards in their teams. Larson, though, you might have to wait for him to kind of go back up in price from where his fluctuation was. So I picked up a Larson the other night at 310. I was able to sell it for 340, which was great, based on his fluctuation. So you could do that. Now also, you could go to Icon Index, and you can go here, Market, and then Icon Index, and you can just see like the market for the icons are up a ton today, right? Now if you look at the top down, right, you look at this Cannavaro at 10% down. You look at the Scolzi at 10% down. This is at 605. This is 6%. Nothing crazy is happening right now on the market, but you could see some crazy drop off sometimes, and that's why you guys should be looking at FUBA. Now, another thing I like to do as well, I used to be in school last year. I would do this in the morning whenever I was in school on the companion and on the school computer. I would literally go to icons, all, and then I would filter by the price. So I would literally just go order by price here and go cheapest first, and then just look through all of these icons. Now, obviously, some of these are extinct right now because they're primes, right? But if we look to them, right, we should just went baby in middle. But we're looking at the cheapest ones, right? And we're just trying to see if there's a fluctuation on these cards. 87 closer for me kind of catches my eye a little bit right now. That loud drop is also on a high at the moment. But if you look, right, this card was 256 down to 230 on a fluctuation, and then he went back up, and right now he just went to 248. Now, if I look at Closa as well, I can put him on my radar, right? I can see where he sells at. Use this tracker to your advantage. This is really, really, really special. What it is here. So you look at it here, 242 sell, 244, 242. So based on this, you can literally do fluctuation trading because you know what the card sold at a couple hours prior. That's game changing in my opinion, because graphs didn't tell the whole picture last year with the old FUPIN update pretty much. So that's something you guys can do. Now, in terms of times, what's really good is that I pulled a Timo Werner, Team Louis card for my Elite Pack yesterday. So I decided to go on the market, right? Now, I will say this though, if you want advantage on icons, you do the companion app or you do the web app. For me, those are the quickest ways to get to the 59 minute. If you want to go by position. Now, I bought a share last night, 300k during rewards. Usually when there's pack supply, you'll be able to get better deals on icons. Now, you don't want to just put up icons just normal, right? You're going to do icons, and then you're going to put chemistry style as basic. Now, the reason why you're going to put basic is because you'll see all of the newest listings of icons when they're getting packed from rewards, or whether it's a promo pack, even like SBC packs. You know, normally the deals are great between like 5 and 7 p.m. UK most days. You have more people in the game, you've got more people ripping packs, and then more people listing cards up onto the market. I also forgot to mention, the reason why that minimum price filter does really well is because when somebody puts up a card, and I'm looking right through some of these if there's any good deals, the reason why that first filter works out really well is because when someone puts out up a card for a start price, they don't know how to list the card because you're taught just never be able to put up a card for minimum buy now, or minimum bid pretty much. If you do that, you're allowing someone to get a better deal on your card, so odds are they are going to put up a card for a price that you actually like. So I'm looking here, 560 from Maldini. That's not something I'm interested in right there. But you guys can tell like what I'm doing right now. It's all about studying prices. It's all about looking at your transfer targets and who is selling for what prices. I would say if you're going to get into icon trading with your budget, make sure you go about 30 minutes every single day. Look at the prices of cards, update yourself. And for me, I'm a visual learner. So once I learn those prices for the day, I'm ready to go, and I'm balling out, right? I'm ready to go. So this Etzar here, 2.585. If I want to see if that sells, I'm going to put this on my transfer targets and see if it sells. And that is how simple it actually is. It's all about studying prices. It's all about, you know, being able to take advantage of the tracker, being able to take advantage of graphs, taking advantage of FUPIN. FUPIN is your best friend when it comes to icons, and also putting up on your transfer targets. I'm trying to think of other things to know about with icons. Obviously, you could probably, Icons are the most consistent cards that will always rise because they are always needed for people's teams. They provide links that other players don't, and they will always go back up in price. So the last couple of days, icons were a little bit lower, right? Because nobody was playing rivals. Well, guess what happened to icons today? They absolutely shot up in price about 10-12 points because everybody wanted to play with them in their teams. So icons do very well on Thursday flips. They'll be something that you can consistently do. If you buy an icon that's like pretty usable, let's say at a 15k undercut, but you can't sell him, you might be able to sell him on that Thursday or Friday night for a higher price because there's more demand for that card at the time. So I wasn't expecting to get a deal at this time on icons, but this is just showing you like how I think about icons, and it's very easy, man. I've literally the last 2 days I've flipped about 25 icons, and I've probably made about 500k just on 25 because the majority of my icons you're looking at about 20k profit, 15 to 20k. So now don't do this with icons. Don't go and buy, let's say for example you look at a gigs here, right? And you know you could sell gigs at like 270. If there's one for like 256, don't go and buy that for like a 1k profit. Don't go and do that, please. Now gigs actually is up a little bit today, so I want to see if he sells at 277, and we'll get back to you guys on that one. But I wasn't expecting to get a deal right now. It takes a while to get some icons, especially late night, but I hope that's everything that like I kind of covered. Look at nationalities, look at positions, midfielder, forward, defender. You can also just do regular. You can put little price filters in that kind of fits your style. So like if you go, and this is gonna be a long video, and I do apologize for it, but I wanted to kind of show you. So I had a filter last year that really worked for me, which was 750k, and then whatever my budget was. So like 2.8 mil. We look at icons, and then you just find the filter that works for you. You got to play around with it a little bit to get to the 59-minute quick enough. And then if you know the prices of top tier icons, it is like balling. It is so good to do this with. The higher tier icons is easier to get deals on because not as many people have the coins for them. So it takes a while for them to sell sometimes until people know if that's a deal or not. Those lower tiers, people, like, even if it's like a 3k undercut, people will buy right away. So you got to be quick on some of these cards. Like I said, companion app, mobile app, that is what you guys want to be looking at these icons on. And also have Fuppin on the side with you, because Fuppin is going to be your best friend when it comes to icon trading. Hopefully this video helped you guys out a little bit. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I appreciate it. There'll be another one coming. Well, actually, this one will be after the one before. So thank you guys for watching the video. Appreciate it. Comment, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.